Hey, what's up, TruExperience Nation? If you're new around here, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm your host, Richard McCaney, and my wife is Amanda. Guys, look, we're about wealth, health, and experiences, and our goal for this channel and this page is to help you learn how to experience your best life. We've had a lot of obstacles and struggles and, through a lot of personal development and books and stuff, we've kind of overcome some things, and we're continuing to improve and learn more things, and we're sharing these experiences with you. Now, we are going over the book, Atomic Habits. Hey, Kelly, what's up, girl? How you doing? Glad to have you back on here live. Glad your account's all fixed and worked out. Real quick, if you do want to know more about Amanda and what it is we do and how we're able to work from home and all that jazz, you can go check our story out, probably in the description if you're on YouTube. Or if you're here on this page. And if you appreciate this type of content, then feel free to go ahead and like the page and subscribe to the channel, of course. But we are running through the book Atomic Habits. We're on I think this is lesson 3. We talked about changing your identity and how people are approaching that wrong when they're trying to establish habits. I'm here to ask you this question today. If you're anything like me, man, you've struggled to get habits to stick. We know, right? There's certain things you want to do. You know they're good for you. You want to do them. You want to build up some good habits. You want to cut out some bad ones, but they just don't stick. Y'all feel me on that? Like, do y'all understand? Like, this is a normal thing, man. And this is what we're going to learn is applicable to any walk of life. Anything you're wanting to do, we're going to lock in on it. Because I struggle to make certain things happen. I don't care if it's just, I want to walk every day, or I don't want to watch as much TV, or I don't want to eat that chocolate chip cookie. I'm in the habit of eating this snack, or whatever that habit is. You don't stick to it. We're going to talk about how to create and how to build a habit with 4 simple steps. Now, guys, when I say simple, you're going to be able to understand when you get done with this video. You're going to know, you're going to have the confidence and the knowledge to be like, okay, I understand this now. Here are the 4 steps that I can start to implement and make changes in my life to lock this bad boy down. But first, why do we even, what's a habit? Like, what exactly? And why does our brain create them? Like, why is this important? Why am I even functioning like this? Why do I even need habits? Well, simply, a habit is a behavior that is repeated enough times to become automatic. Okay, that's what it is. A habit is a behavior that is done repeatedly enough that it's automatic. You don't even have to think about it. It's just something that is. And the thing that's important about these habits is they free up time. This might be my favorite thing to do with habits. And a lot of times you think, I don't want to be habitual. I don't want to be locked down. I don't want to do the same things over and over. I want to fly by the seat of my pants. That's what you want to do. Well, here's the cool thing about it. They don't restrict freedom. They actually create freedom. Okay, so habits, what are they? They solve problems. Habits are solutions to reoccurring problems. Okay, they're behaviors that lead to solutions to reoccurring problems. So when you have something that keeps popping up all the time, a habit wants to take care of that. Your brain is like, yo, we got to figure this out. So you could be stumbling around in life and you stumble upon a solution to a problem. You get satisfied and you're like, hold up, wait a minute. Let me back this bad boy up. Let's see what's up. What did I just do to give me this solution? What did I just do to make me feel like this? This was satisfying. What was that action? It marks it down so that it can repeat that process again. Here's how it frees up time. It frees up your conscious mind so that it can focus on other things, so that you can operate subconsciously with certain small medial tasks. Okay? So here's what I mean by that. The conscious mind is like the bottleneck to the brain. Okay, it's filtering stuff. It's got to think about tasks that it's got to do. If you got a problem, I got to think about it. How can I solve this thing? Once it's automatic, it's looking for information and things and tasks that it can put in the background on the back burner that can operate at a subconscious level that it doesn't have to think of. What does that do? Frees it up to think about other things, other problems, other solutions. You know what I'm saying? Like brushing your teeth. I don't have to think about brushing the teeth. I just get the good, clean feeling in my mouth. That's what I want. You eat some garlic. Ooh, I'll habit of, brush my teeth. Be out here kicking like Bruce Lee. Here's the thing. I don't have to think about that action, so I'm free to think about the next step I want to do with my day. I'm free to think about, if I got to get the kids ready. I don't have to think about nothing else. That's why when kids, they might be slow, they have to consciously think about putting the toothpaste on the toothbrush, what hand they're going to put it in, when to turn the water on, how the movement in their mouth is going to be. I brush my teeth the exact same way every day. It doesn't change, and you probably do the same. That's because it's a habit. Now, when kids get distracted and they think about something else, it takes their conscious thought away what they're doing, so they don't multitask very well. They haven't established the habits. Habits save time because it makes you a lot more efficient, and I'm all about efficiency. And when I'm rocking with efficiency, man, I can get things done. My energy's super high because I'm not requiring a lot of brain power to do stuff. It's it's like being in Zen. It's just kind of like you look up and you've gotten so much done today. It's great. Real practical, real life example of this on how we've applied this. Used to be in the mornings, they were chaotic. Trying to get the kids fed, trying to get to school, trying to get their teeth brushed, trying to do all the things involved with getting out the door, getting ready for work or whatnot. And on the road, they used to be chaotic. You're forgetting book bags. You don't know when you're going to eat. Oh, I forgot to brush my teeth. Like I got clothes here or there. They're not put up. Like it's a whirlwind. Well, once we established a system and a routine, it freed up a whole lot of time for us to do a lot of other things. And so now systematically and habitually, the kids can get up and there's a set plan. They're going to do this, this, normally all in order. So it frees us up. That's why it's important. That's what's up with that. Now let's figure out exactly how to piece this together, okay? What is the backbone? There's 4 steps that act as the backbone to every single habit. Okay, this is important for you to understand. Here are the pieces. Cue, craving, response, reward. That's the backbone. Okay? What does all that mean, Richie? I don't understand all that. A cue is simply a trigger that kind of jumpstarts a behavior into taking action. Okay, that wants to solve a problem. That's the trigger prompts behavior. Okay, it's the start. It's actually the first sign that it can predict a reward, which we'll get into in just a second. The second step is the craving. A craving is the motivation behind the habit. Right? That it's just like, I'm motivated, I have a craving, got a strong desire to something, and that leads to the response. And the response is the actual habit, is the actual thing that takes place that's seeking, the solution, that's seeking the reward. And the reward is the end goal of every habit. It's the coup de grace. It's like, this is where we're going. It's satisfying. There's 2 parts of the reward. One, its job is to be satisfying, okay? It solves the craving. That's what it does. It satisfies the craving that you have. And then the second part of the reward is it teaches us, right? Our brain makes note of things. It's like, that felt very good. I like that feeling. I like how that went down. Remember that. What happened? And it locks back into the cue. All right, they call it the habit feedback loop. It's all circular. So now when you see that cue, your brain has already cataloged like, I see that cue. It makes me, the reward for that triggers the craving, the response, and all of that. Here's what's important about any of these. You can't weaken or remove any one of those elements. They're all important. They're all equally important because you can't reduce or weaken any of them, because if you do, The habit never starts in the first place. If the cue, if it's not there, if you don't see it, if it doesn't trigger anything, habit don't even start. If the craving is weak, you know, it's not a strong craving, you're not going to be motivated enough to do the response. If the response is, there's too much friction there, it requires too much effort, too much brain power, you know, it resists doing the action because it takes too much effort. And then obviously, of course, if the reward is not satisfying enough, there's no need to repeat it. When you get done, you're just kind of like, well, that was a letdown. That did not solve the problem the way I wanted it to solve the problem. So there's no need to repeat the habit or the behavior. That makes sense? So how does this work for you? How can we structure this habit loop and the structure of these habits to benefit you? Here are the 4 steps. Then it'll be yours. Now then you'll understand what's up. And if you want to, solve problems in your life and make it habitually, this is what you do. The first law of behavior change. Okay, if y'all remember back from yesterday's lessons, we talked about identity change. If you didn't watch it, go and check it out. It was legit. Law number 1, behavior change. Make it obvious. What, Richie? Make what obvious? The cue. Make the cue obvious. You need to be able to see it. It's got to trigger something. It's got to be up, bright, bold, front and center. Example, and we probably get into this example tomorrow, but if you want to start reading a book, like I just don't find time to read. I know it's important. I want to read, but I never read. Take a book and put it on your bed. It's obvious. It's right there up in your face. So before you go to bed at night, you physically have to move it out of the way. That would trigger, hopefully, the craving, okay? The second law is make it, I want to make the attractive. Yeah. Make it attractive. The craving. Make the craving attractive. It got to look, it's got to look, so good. It's got to look yummy. You can control all this, by the way. Law number 3, you have to make it easy. This might be, I say this is the most important. They're all equal, but why I want to focus on this one is because we have the tendency to think too big. We try to go too big, too fast. And you want to implement this habit, you try to go to the end, and the habit is more like a routine and not necessarily something easy. It's something that's challenging. So if it's something like you want to write every day, you want to make calls every day, that takes a lot of effort. That takes a lot of gusto. That might be hard to start out with. It's got to be easy. Bro, if it's not easy and it takes a lot of work, you're not going to do it. And the third, the reward, man, make it satisfying. Make it just be like mind-blowing, like, yo, this is it. I need to repeat this again. I got to have that. Make it satisfying. These are the questions. This is the law. Ask yourself those questions. How can I make this more obvious? How can I make this more attractive? How can I make this easy? How can I make this more satisfying? Ask yourself those questions when you're trying to get a habit established. Why do you think it's so easy to eat freshly baked chocolate chip cookies? Huh? When you walk through the kitchen and they out on the counter and they smell so good and they look so delicious. They obvious. They right in your face. They give you that craving. Boy, your mouth starts watering. You got a problem. You wasn't hungry before. You didn't have a sweet tooth before, but now you do. Because it got triggered. Now, how easy is it to get it? Huh? How easy is it to get the cookies? They right there. Reach out and grab one. Yum, 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 yum. I'm going to eat them up. I'm going to go sit down. Is it satisfying? Well, depending on who's making them. If they nasty, are you going to go back and get them? Nope. If they good, are you going to go back? Yeah, it's like, well, all I got to do is get up and walk over there and get another cookie and I get that same feeling again. Yes, please. Let me repeat that. Let me repeat that action. That is habits in a nutshell. That's why these bad habits are easy. We'll get into, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I've already read the book, so I know where this is going, but y'all understand the point. The reverse is true if you're trying to break a habit. Okay? It's just, if it's, you ask yourself the reverse. How can I make it less obvious. What do they have in the book here? How do you make it unattractive? How do you make it difficult to do? How do you make it unsatisfying? So this is the basic principles, the 4 laws of behavior, and we are going to dive deep into every single one of these one by one in its own video. I might have gotten a little ahead of myself. I might be dropping off some examples, some really, really life-changing stuff. And so I want y'all to feel good. I want y'all to experience your best life. I want you to learn, more importantly, how to experience your best life. So when you change as a person and you want to adapt something else, you'll know how. I'm trying to give you the tools to be the architect of your life, to design it. If you want to make a change, if you want to pick up more habits, I don't want to give you the blueprint. I want to teach you how to make your own blueprint. And let me tell you why that's important. My blueprint is different. My house is custom for me, the way exactly I want it specifically. I can give you my blueprint and hand it to you, and you're gonna have to make changes. It's not gonna fit your needs. Well, if you don't know how to make the blueprint, you're gonna make changes, you're gonna get frustrated, it's not gonna go well. However, if I teach you the formula and give you the tools necessary to make your own, that will repeat over and over. Ooh, I want to build this blueprint and this blueprint and this blueprint. I know exactly how to do it. That's what we're trying to do here. That's what I have actually been able to learn. That's why I'm so confident in my abilities now. And so if you enjoy that and that's something you're down with and taking this journey with me, then again, you can hit the little bell button if you're on YouTube that gives you notifications when I upload a video. And then if you're on Facebook, you hit that same bell. You can actually determine that Facebook's going to show you when I go live. A lot of people don't have that turned on. They ask me why they're missing me. That's why. And so make those changes, sub to this channel, like this page, because we'll be back again tomorrow. And we're going to dive in deep in, I think, the first law, make it obvious. So we're going to dive in deep on how to make it obvious and a lot of tips and tricks to lock that in when you're trying to start a new habit. Guys, thank y'all so much for watching. Hope you have an amazing day. And until tomorrow, guys, I'm out.